And happy holidays!
I am Ethel.
And I'm Edna, and we're two of
Beaver Island's Red Hat Ladies! Now, we're coming to you tonight because, well, tell them, Edna.
Well, you know, with coming of age, there comes a certain inevitability. The graying hair, the aching joints.
Oh, the memory lapses, and the gravity working on all parts of your body. Oh, hot flashes that can melt a candle at 50 yards. And then you get these little wiry hairs on the chin.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Ethel, please. But the best part of getting old, folks, is that it gives you a long-term view of life and its many problems.
And because of our accumulated wisdom, we have been asked by the Red Hat Ladies to be representatives of the Red Hat Ladies and tell you about some burning questions about life on Beaver Island. We can answer anything. And we've gotten some letters.
What we got here?
Well, our first letter is from a summer visitor. I always read this. And she says, "Dear Edna and Ethel, I have a big problem with McDonough's automated can machine."
Good Lord, who doesn't?
What she writes, she said, "First, I'm a little embarrassed by returning all of my husband's beer cans when we leave the island. And secondly, every time I go in there, the machine says, 'Bin full,' and that darn light starts flashing. It's mortifying. What can I do?" And it's signed, "The Natural Light Lady."
Well, Natural Light Lady, we've all been there. So here's what you do. You load up all your empties in the car, in the passenger side, use the front and back if you have to. Then you pull up right next to that building. That way people in the parking lot won't see you carrying in your bags and boxes of empties. And
then once you get in there and you put them all in and that bin full light comes up again, that thing flashes, you just hold your head up high. Hold your head up high and you march right into the Dunnis Market and you find Lynn Ann Carey. Lynn Ann is going to grab the microphone and she's going to announce all over the store your name and that the bin is full of and everyone's going to stare at you and everything, but you just keep smiling because we know how to get revenge.
That's right. So here's what you do. You go back in there, and after you put each and every one of those cans or bottles in, press that little green button. Now, if you and hubby have been on a binge, you're going to have hundreds of those little receipts for Lynn Ann to punch into the cash register.
10 cents each.
She just loves that.
She does. We've done it a million times. Our next letter is from a dog lover, which is so common. I mean, everyone's done, but it's sad. It's sad.
Okay. Dear Red Hat Ladies, I'm an island dog lover, and I have a fluffy little terrier named Horace. He's very small, and I'm afraid I spoiled him as a puppy, always allowing him to sleep up on the bed. Oh, well, we know what he did.
Well, everyone does that.
But now, Horace is up there in age, and he started to, well, to put it in ladylike terminologies, he started to flatulate during the night.
That means farting, right? Okay.
Now, I can put up with it because I love Horace, so. The problem is my husband, Harry. Every night he wakes up roaring when he smells the special essence in the air. He is disturbing my sleep and Horace's, and he's very angry. I'm afraid he'll put his foot down and won't let my little guy sleep on the bed anymore. Can you help? Signed, Despairing Dog Lover.
Oh, this is a very common problem on the island. We've helped many people with this one.
There's one of two things you can do. First, you can try this. You get out the bottle of Vicks Vapor Rub, and every night before hubby goes to bed, you have him stick a glob of it up each nostril. That way, if little Horace breaks wind during the night, he's not going to smell a thing. Oh, and the second thing, that's right.
And well, if your insensitive husband will do that much for you, then you're going to have to do
right. You still get the bottle of Vicks out, only this time you take a little glob of it and you put it up Horace's little, you know, his caboose. And then if the urge strikes in the night, you'll just get a pleasant whiff of menthol vapor.
It's like those Glade plug-ins, you know, hope that helps. Now, I didn't even have a chance to read this one yet. It just came to address to the care of us with the postmaster and everything. So
well, let's see what's from there.
Let's see. It says, Hold it.
Oh, sure.
It says, oh, dear Delilah.
Delilah.
Oh, Delilah. Isn't that radio lady that she listens to really sad stories and then she dedicates depressing songs?
I guess she's got us mixed up with a famous media personality. Can you imagine us being mixed up with her? What does she want
Well,
here?
she said, dear Delilah, the holidays are here and I hate to admit it, but I'm very depressed just thinking about all the weird relatives that are going to pour in my house. Oh, it's always a disaster. Grandpa falls asleep in the middle of the living room for the whole day snoring. All the teenagers are sullen brats, and the toddlers run around like banshees, shrieking and throwing tantrums. What can I do to make this tolerable? Signed, hellbound in the holidays. Oh,
Well, you poor dear. First of all, let me say we've all been there. Now, in fact, we Red Hat ladies just had a seminar on this very subject.
2 weeks
We
ago.
did, and after much insightful discussion, we found a strategy that you can employ to make this very hellbound day tolerable.
Okay, the very first thing you have to do is put on some holiday music.
Music hath the charms to soothe the savage breast.
And secondly, if you're gonna like serve your dinner at 5 o'clock or something, put that turkey or the roast in at like 8 a.m. Then at like 1 or 2, you can run around saying, the roast is done, the roast is done. Feed them, get them the hell out of there before you
And thirdly, drink.
Let's drink a lot.
We're talking mimosas with your breakfast, Bloody Marys for a mid-morning pick-me-up.
Wine when you're cooking, because who's gonna raise an eyebrow if you got a vat of wine on your counter when you're cooking?
And if the relatives are still intolerable, you break out the hard stuff by noon. Me and Ethel prefer scotch, don't we, honey?
You betcha. Now, we hope that gets you through your horrific holiday, and we just love sharing our combined wisdom of how many years?
Don't go there, Ethel. Suffice to say,